Hello and welcome to the Warbear Podcast for whatever day this is you're listening to it.
Tuesday.
Oh, well, and they might be listening on a Friday.
Well, fuck them.
Thanks, fans, for staying tuned and your loyalty to our channel.
No, fuck you. Wait,
As
right.
obvious,
Make
we
sure
do
to
have all three of us this time.
What made it obvious?
Yeah, Ted's here with us, and so is Brent.
By God,
And I think I'm here for the most part.
No, he's
so.
not. He's like fading ever so
Where?
slowly into the mist.
Where the hell have you been, Ted?
Life.
You've been in life? The game
Maybe.
life?
I wish it'd be more fun.
Yeah, with all those kids.
Yeah, just my partner and whatnot. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, I had to go back full time to my day job, and the hours, suck donkey dolls. So
I've never actually seen donkey balls.
I said dolls, not
dolls.
balls.
I haven't seen donkey dolls either. Nor have
You remember the movie Shrek? They had little dolls that were made for donkey.
I never sucked one of them. So.
Well,
I imagine it wouldn't be very comfortable.
it's not. It's all furry. And
It's the dolls were furry. They're normally all
furry. It
plastic.
smells like Eddie Murphy. No one's having fun.
Oh, that is not.
It
good.
was raw. I'll tell
Only
you that
Tad.
much.
Only Tad.
Welcome back, Ted.
Thank you.
We're happy we were back.
I will try. I'll try and be here.
What have you been up to, Brent?
Watching animes, watching quite a few on Netflix, and biggest one I watched, I really didn't think I'd like it that much, but it popped up, said, you should like this, Violet Evergarden.
You're listening to Skynet, Brent.
Algorithms.
So they get you.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're watching The Bachelor.
I've never heard of it. What's it about? Yeah, The Bachelor.
It's, same old premise as a lot of them, but, girl, they find her, she's, like, no emotions, and basically a killing machine. And they
Is she a robot or a clone or something?
No, she's just a regular person.
Okay.
Like, how'd they find her, though? Was she, like, covered in blood?
Yeah, was
naked,
she created, or was she
They
born?
really don't go into that at first. They end up showing you that...
is that a spoiler?
Is this one of those things?
Kind of a spoiler.
Okay.
They find her...
So they just found a random girl
The major's brother finds her on this boat, and she kills, like, half his platoon and stuff.
I guess, how is she killing people?
Like
With
Laura?
just a sword. They got guns, and she's just dodging the bullets and just...
Okay.
So she's like...
slashing them.
She's like Loganing the crap out of them.
Yeah.
And she's going to town, and they keep calling her a tool. That she's just a weapon. She's...
Right.
And he keeps trying to treat her like, more than... Trying to get her to realize she's more than just a weapon.
How is he getting close?
Giving her candy?
They finally capture her in that, and...
Okay.
Look at that, narrows it down, yeah.
And...
So it's like a
his
love
brother
story,
gives
or?
it to her. Yes and no.
Like he's in love with the kid?
He raises her. He's kind of young at the time when he's raising her, and she's like...
Brother,
she falls
sister.
in love with him, but he dies before she even understands the concept of love.
Okay.
And she becomes what they call a doll, which is basically people who type out letters for other people and can extract what they're saying and put it in better words.
Well, this is a weird show.
It's an odd show.
Hang on. So it starts out with you finding this little girl and she kills a bunch of people, and then she becomes an editor? Like, there's some massive, plot hole. They're like, I'm killing everybody.
I guess
now I work for the Daily Planet.
You have flashbacks back and forth between her being a kid and just going badass during this war to after the war, her becoming a doll, as they call them, and she has a really hard time with this, and she doesn't understand how good she is because she doesn't understand emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of the times when she's going to do letters or writing, typing out screenplays for different ones, and the stuff happens. If you're a person that cries through some of them, there is a lot of episodes that, they'll draw you in. They did really good for one episode to develop a character and make you feel for that character.
I like how Brent dodged the comment where he cried.
If it gets
he tried to say, if you're a little pussy, you might cry through this, but I didn't.
No, I did a little bit.
Oh, Brent cried.
You're softening up in your old age.
There was some real tearjerker spots in that show, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It had...
What was it called again?
Violet Evergarden.
Okay.
I even put it up, the name of it, on the Warbear page, Facebook page.
Yeah.
As soon as I got done, it was really good. I mean, gives you a little bit of action, but it also gives you a lot of story, and really good with the character development of it. And her development through the storyline was just amazing.
Oh, fun.
Cool.
And I may recommend it by Brent. Highly recommended. Sounds like you liked it a lot. Violet
Evergarden. It was
Evergarden.
really out of my normal for what I like.
Yeah, sometimes there's things you don't realize you might like until you watch them,
I found myself, first episode, I was like, it's okay, and I just kept watching it, and by 2 or 3 episodes, I had to finish it. I really liked it. It was really getting good.
That's cool.
I had that with, have you watched, what was it called? The Last Kingdom on Netflix?
Sounds familiar. I think I have watched that.
It's a Netflix original, and they have 2 seasons out right now. And basically, it's like when the Norse Vikings are invading England and going through all that stuff. And it's
I've heard of that too. Yeah.
And it's like this little kid in the beginning. His dad's like one of these kings, and they all band together, and they get freaking slaughtered, and he becomes like a slave, and ends up growing up as a Norseman, and then his Norse family gets killed, and it's just.
Jeez.
It is,
that sucks.
I started watching the first 5 minutes of the show, and I was like, this looks dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And a week later, I had nothing else to watch. I was like, well,
mm-hmm.
let's just give it a go. And then I just, I blinked, and the entire weekend went by, and I watched the entire series up till now. And I'm sitting here like, damn you, Netflix, putting them all out at the same time.
I guess the only thing I would have to recommend, anime-wise, is the same thing I've been recommending. And that's Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. The only reason I bring it up again as a recommendation is it's Funimation's releasing the box set April 4th. Nice. If you're interested in buying it.
So
I've already bought it.
I was going to say, they already released it then.
That's when it's coming out, but you can pre-order it.
You said April 4th or May 4th?
April 4th.
So that's already happened.
No, today's the 16th.
Yeah.
It's April 16th.
What did I say?
April 4th.
4th.
That's why I was clarifying.
I'm sorry. April 24th. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. April 24th it comes out.
That makes more sense. I'm no longer confused.
Yeah. I thought I said the 20, but I guess I just said the 4. Oops.
Yeah. Math, not just.
Yeah.
Forgot to write down some. The other one I watched that comes to mind, I think it's called Ido or something like that. IDO.
You got me, man. I play Uno.
And it's about. It goes into their mining. I forget what it's called. You show them mining this special ore or whatever that basically the galaxy runs on at this point. But they developed this process where you can step in this machine and it'll transfer you into basically like a Gundam machine, and you run the Gundam machine. Best way to put it.
Like just your subconscious?
I think
just your conscious is there.
So, but if the machine dies, do you die?
Possible.
Yeah, think
lose
about
the
that.
file. I think what you want to don't say Gundam machine either. I think the proper term would be mecha.
Mecha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you get transferred, but if the mecha is too far away to do if you die too far away from your body and the mecha is destroyed,
I think that's like the premise of the Matrix there. Like,
your mind won't transfer back.
Yeah,
that's what I was asking.
Yeah. The consciousness would be lost in the machine.
And Ido is, they're, without giving spoilers to it, he's
the best pilot ever.
No,
he's Poe Dameron.
One of them, he's stuck in the machine. He doesn't know where his body, he really doesn't know who he really is. And IDO is some acronym, it's for something.
So he wakes up in the machine is awake, and he doesn't realize where his actual body is?
He doesn't remember his actual name or who he actually is.
Oh, that sucks.
And he's in the mecha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if it's like he doesn't actually have a body? What if the mecha itself just made an AI?
Or what if the body dies? What if the actual, like, human body dies?
Yeah.
They can live in the mecha.
That sucks.
There is, which is against the law, and
you can't be a robot.
Yeah,
I don't like this universe, but I can't be a robot.
Because essentially you live forever then, and they don't like that.
That's not true. You'll rust. You gotta change your oil like 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, fucking hard drives don't last forever.
Yeah. Well, actually, I guess like you can transfer your mecha conscience to like other mechas.
Yes.
So then you just Ultron yourself and just keep building new and better bodies until Vision comes along and just disconnects you from the internet.
Yeah.
You eventually find out who he is, but there's another character that you think is the main character.
Is it because it's like focused on this guy for a while?
It focuses on her quite a bit, and it isn't until like maybe the last 8 episodes you realize everything in the story has been building up to about him.
How many episodes are there?
Probably about
2
24.
seasons.
Oh, and there's like over 100?
No, there's only like 30, I want to say.
30?
12.
Because normal Japanese episodes, they normally run about 24.
I think this is a Netflix original.
Netflix original. Oh, Brent, let this phone on. Is it an anime?
Yeah, it's an anime.
Like the 7
weird.
Deadly Sins kind of thing that's on there? Or?
Is it American-made anime?
I think it's a Netflix original.
That sounds weird. So it's on Netflix. And it's called Ido?
Ido, I believe.
I don't know. Oh my god, jokes.
Cool.
I have them.
So Brett recommends that. I recommend Kobayashi, and I guess Ted kind of recommends the Viking Lost Kingdom.
Yeah, Last Kingdom.
Last Kingdom.
Which is not an anime.
Where's the Last Kingdom be found?
In my pants.
It's a lonely,
sad
king. It's very small. It used to be hyped. It was bigger than it was.
A single-story tower of one, yes. Yeah. No, it's on Netflix, too, yeah. I just kind of came across it one day. I was like, oh, that's
It's on Netflix?
Sweet. Yeah, because
Netflix.
How I came across it was I wanted to watch The Last Mohicans.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was, like, related to Last Mohicans. I was like, oh.
Like, by how? Just by a similar story? Or
Yeah.
Or, well, sometimes that can be related by, like, the writer or the director.
No, it's just same genre.
Same genre.
Because, like, The Frontier also popped up with Jason Momoa. That show is iffy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess if you like Jason Momoa being a badass and that time period, watch it. But other than that, whatever. But anywho.
Yeah, in other news, our video game channel, currently me and Brent are still going through Metal Gear for MSX.
Why is it we always talk about our week, but we never talk about Jason's week?
Because everybody knows what I'm doing in the week, because I'm always on the channel.
What if I don't know, because I've been stuck...
Oh, because you don't read our stuff?
Maybe I don't
I've been okay. I've missed my friend Tad a lot.
I've also missed your friend Tad. Where's he been?
I don't know.
It's like he's lost in the ether.
I'm just all by... Well, everybody's got girlfriends, and then I get ditched.
Oh, hey, buddy.
That's okay.
You're not alone anymore.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But I don't, like, when you guys are, like, doing stuff with the ladies, I don't like to interfere or be, like, a third wheel, so I kind of, like, back off slowly.
Yeah, I don't have that issue anymore.
Well, I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
But I just basically say,
now,
like, why I'm not around.
But now you don't have that excuse.
Like, my excuse? Okay, sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, Tad.
It's like, I forgive you for your infidelity.
Well, you also... I don't blame Tad for not being... I haven't kept in contact with Tad very well.
It's really weird with Tad, too, because, like, I know you have your daughter, and I don't want to, like, be a third wheel in that party, too.
Yeah,
so
kind of weird.
I kind of, like... I'm like,
Not
when
really.
are you free, Tad? And Tad's like, never. Okay, well, tell me when never's up.
What's today? Monday? Let's plan from like 4 months from 4 weeks ago.
It has become kind of a funny joke on the show.
What?
Tad's never here yet.
You can just get like a
like they're like, oh man, I really like that Tad guy on that channel, and he's like, I'll just keep tuning in until see when he pops up. And like,
first off, no one says that. If anything, I am the most hated one of all.
We have about 400-ish fans, so
yeah,
and we keep growing, so
yeah, and 984 of them are yours.
No, I don't know about
and
that.
Brent's.
Probably Brent's. Brent's a sexy one.
No. The other 16 tune in just to watch you guys make fun of me.
Yeah.
Like that's their whole,
we make fun. I think I've got more of the brunt of that joke.
No, I think it's equally. It's pretty equal across the board.
They just gotta make up for it since I'm not around so much. So like when I am here, it's just Anvil.
My week, I bought the Picasso tablet so I can start drawing, so I can start drawing title cards for videos instead of just relying on like stock photos. So to make that a little bit more interesting, but there's no like really good tutorial on how to use all of the tools in the app. So I'm like trying to like learn how to use a drawing app, and it's like I already know how to draw. I just want to draw.
Well, you just draw then.
I can just draw on it, but
just do it.
There's features on it that will help me draw better and make it easier for me. I'm just frustrated that I can't find all the features on it.
But then it won't be as organic.
Yeah, it's pretty organic. I mean, all art at this point is pretty much digital. You don't really see too much like hand-drawn stuff. Well, I mean, like, it's all hand-drawn, but I mean, you don't see like pen to paper stuff anymore.
I do that all the time. My stick figures are on point now.
Stick figures.
There's that.
I'd be lucky to make a stick figure.
They only have a little squiggle.
That's all mine would be, a squiggle.
So, like, I'm thinking for, like, the last episodes for Tad's Tomb Raider Hell, he's going to have some neat title cards on his video.
I like how you put the hell in there. It's a very accurate description of that game. It just never ends.
I bought posters and poster frames. I like Kobayashi's Dragon Maid so much that I put on my wall.
You did?
Yeah. Because, you know.
Hey, when did you get the Metal Gear one?
I got that, like, after NebraskaCon. It's been there for a while.
It's been there, 6-7 months
at
least.
How often am I here that I'm actually looking
You should have seen that one. There's also a Castle Grayskull, too, you know.
Oh, hey, there it is.
Brent didn't notice that one until like a few days later either.
In my defense, this room is huge. All right,
it is.
It's not huge. There's just a lot in here that your eye wanders to.
It's loud. How about that?
I like that.
It speaks volumes.
That's my character.
That you're loud.
I put everything I like on the wall, so you know you don't have to really. I'm not keeping anything a secret. You only have to look. You only have to look on the wall and go, hey, do you like Metal Gear? And I'm like, yes, I do. As a matter of fact, how did you know?
You a fan of Lord of the Rings? Only the books.
Yeah, the movies are good bullshit.
Fuck The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually kind of an accurate statement.
No, I like The Hobbit.
The more I watch it, the more I just kind of don't care.
Does that make any sense? No, I don't know what you mean.
So,
well, like what regard?
Just in general, like... The first time I watched through it, I was like, oh, hey, this is cool. But then when you watch it, and it's hard watching a prequel knowing that there's no actual stakes.
Even though it's supposed to be the first one?
Yeah. Well, I'm aware it came out first before the books. But
I know.
Like, in the movie verse,
it is a prequel,
you've watched and you know the story. So when you're watching the movie of The Hobbit, you're just like, oh, well, it's visually
similar.
Appealing to an extent, but... You know, when Gandalf's in the cage, you're like, oh, okay, he's not going to die. He's in the beginning of the Fellowship. Bilbo, he's not going to die. He's in the beginning of the Fellowship, you know, like. And if you've read the book, you're just kind of like, okay.
I mean, I kind of appreciate it more and more the more times I watch it because I know the hell it was to make it. All the production problems. I mean, it's not perfect by any means. Like, The Lord of the Rings is a way better paced and put together movie.
Yeah, well, they took a, itty-bitty book and split it into 3 movies.
Yeah, they did.
Taking, like, massive books and putting each book into a different movie.
Yeah. No, I can get that. I mean, it's not perfect.
I'm not, like, by no means am I saying, like, I don't like The Hobbit.
Right.
Like, I enjoy watching it.
A lot of people do, though. I mean, I don't blame them, though.
I think it's losing its rewatch value for me. And
it could have been. I feel like it could have been stronger.
Yeah, like The Lord of the Rings. Once or twice or 9 times a year, I can go back and watch the entire.
Yeah, but I'm like Lord of the Rings will hit me every time. If I watch it, it will hit me in the feels.
Yeah.
The Hobbit never really did. And then there's maybe like one scene where I was like, it kind of gets me a little, but you can kind of feel like it's just stretched too thin, like butter scraped over too much bread.
Just watery soup. Like you'll drink it, you'll eat it, you have your soup.
But yeah, what else have I been doing? Just learning new editing stuff. Still buying equipment.
We should be getting the Patreon up here shortly.
Yeah, I wasn't going to really drop that bombshell until we got it all figured out. But yeah, we're working on a Patreon. We don't have any information just yet on that, but coming soon. You can donate money to our channel. Woo!
Gross.
And Brent's handling it, so if you have any questions, direct all your questions towards him, because I don't know anything about it.
And I'm simply an on-screen character at this point.
Yeah.
Who's not ever on screen.
Yeah. That's easier for you to walk away from the fire, the dumpster fire that this channel will become. Just walk into the room and it's on fire, you're just like, yep, I'm done with that. Turn my back. I'm going to be working on some cosplays here really soon for NebraskaCon coming up.
You going to be Chewbacca this year?
Yes, Chewbacca.
I'm so proud of you.
Fucking from Star Wars, The Last Jedi, not the prequel movies that are shit. Or the George Lucas ones that suck ass. I'm going to be the Chewbacca
Who likes the original?
I'm going to be Chewbacca from Solo, goddammit, with the fucking...
Oh, I don't even care.
You want to bring it up, motherfucker.
I'm just saying, Chewbacca is awesome. And
the original Chewbacca is incredibly awesome.
Yeah.
Disney Chewbacca sucks.
I have seen, what was it?
We're going to talk about this now.
Mm-hmm.
Force Awakens.
I'm sorry. I apologize. This is my fault. I took us here.
I refuse to watch any of the rest. I just think Disney has took a giant crap on Star Wars.
I'm sorry, Brett. The only thing I like about this whole thing right now is this semi-stupid... Because me and Tad get into a lot of like semi-stupid arguments. I wouldn't really call arguments, but it's just like petty fights that we both know we won't win, but we still pick at each other. It was really prevalent in Yu-Gi-Oh, but now it's like manifest into other things. And like that was like when Force Awakens came out, I fucking hated it. Tad liked it. I remember that was so weird because we were doing a podcast that night, and before the podcast even started, and we're in your dark, echoey apartment with like one light on, and we were bitching at each other about Star Wars. And it was like this weird interrogation, and Brent was like there. It almost like feels like a dream because of the way the setting was. And Tad's defending Star Wars, and I'm attacking it, and Brent's like looking for the exit. Like, how the hell do I get out of here? What am I in? Well, and then it was like trailers start coming up for The Last Jedi, and I'm just like, we were in the theater one time, and you're like, yeah, The Last Jedi. And I'm like, it's just going to be The Empire Strikes Back. You've already seen it. Shut up, Jason. You don't know. Don't judge it till you see it. And I'm like, I'm judging it. I don't want to see it. And then the turnaround was Tad went and saw it, came out of it, and was like, motherfucker. Because the last thing he wants to do is say I'm right about something. That's the last other thing. But when it
hurts me to do it.
when it's true, he can't deny it. And it fucking pisses him off even more. Not at me. Now he's mad at the creators for making me right and him wrong.
Yeah, it's all their fault.
So that's probably where a lot of his anger's coming at, because he probably didn't like the movie, but the fact that he's watching it going, oh my god, I gotta face this. And he's like, I know Jason's MO, he's not gonna like go, whoa, he's just gonna smile at me, and it's gonna be all he needs to do.
To be fair, The Last Jedi is not Empire. Empire was good.
The last part of it was Empire.
Not really.
With the walkers and the snow speeders, and the guy having to lick the sand and go, sand.
Salt.
Salt. I'm sorry. Salt.
It was salt.
It's not snow.
No. If you, like,
elements of it.
Because
you could. It's a reversal, but it's still like.
Yeah.
The beginning starts at the snow planet and then goes to
but like
the training.
It ends with like a big like, oh god, it's so bad. Like it kind of ends on a high note. Like oddly enough, like Luke dies. Spoiler: movie sucks ass.
Well, no, I'm saying like they flip the script.
Yeah.
Like there's the training part is still in the middle of both movies.
Yeah, he never really even trained her.
I know.
He's like, do this one thing. Oh my god, you're too powerful.
That fucking Yoda puppet was fucking horrifying.
It's just all the whole movie just bad.
Yes.
Like there's nothing positive. Like there's like maybe one or two positive things I can say about it, and it's only like a visual thing.
I can say this much: I have not watched it.
You don't want to watch
at
it
work.
Don't
they discuss this at ridiculous nauseum about Star Wars. Everybody was they'll fix it in this. It's going to be better. And it was hilarious.
I'm done.
It came.
Yeah.
I came in about a week later after it came out, and they had all seen it, and the whole hate, full on hate. There was no. It was full on pissed off hate.
The problem I think started with like wasn't that like all the haters, if you want to call them that, like all the people who didn't like it. I don't like calling them haters because I don't
think they're haters
like,
either.
People who didn't like it or whatever, they weren't the loudest group when it first came out. Like,
the Last Jedi or the Force Awakens?
The Last Jedi.
Okay.
Like when it first came out, like there were so many people who were like kind of praising it. It's like, oh, this might be the best Star Wars movie ever.
Yeah.
Or they're like, oh well, it's a 50-50 split. It took a couple of weeks of people coming through and finally like the cream rising to the top, saying, no, it's a fucking trash fire.
I feel like what you're describing is, I think was Disney's best attempt to try to silence negativity towards it. Because I seen it. I saw it all there. But, like, even when, like, the score for Rotten Tomatoes came out, they're like, nah, they just are confusing it with another movie. They're not really scoring our movie bad, which really pissed me off that they would take a pop shot like that. I think there was... But yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
the voices did get more louder as like they broke through that grid that Disney tried to put up. Like,
and because of that though, like you had people who maybe weren't aware of it, and they're like, oh, hey, there's some good buzz around this movie. Why don't we give it a shot? So they basically got free money for like 2 weeks when they did not deserve it. At all.
I think the best thing to come out of The Last Jedi is fucking Mark Hamill trashing on the movie.
Yes.
Oh my fucking god, I love that to fucking death. Like he worded it so perfectly because he can't negatively just come out and say I don't like it. But he danced around the word, and you know what he was saying, and it was beautiful. It was like, oh fuck.
And it's not like he just did that in one interview.
No,
I've seen
that was his interviews.
17 to 18 different interviews with him. Of him doing this dance and trying to basically tell you how bad this movie sucked. And he didn't even want to do it.
But now there's a Solo coming out here in a few weeks.
My level of not giving a damn.
I wish at this point they would just stop it. They're not going to, because like I said, they spent so much money. And me and Brent went into a discussion about this one night, about how much they paid, how much they need to get back, and how this is not paying off for them at all, and how they're probably freaking the fuck out right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, they gotta be, for the simple fact of they've completely destroyed Star Wars. And I mean...
they haven't completely destroyed it, but they have tarnished its reputation worse than the prequels could have.
Yes.
And on top of it, you have other things that they're like pushing back now because they have so much hate going on at them.
I think they haven't tarnished the original Star Wars at all.
I was just going to say that, but he was still talking.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't really tarnish Star Wars, because I mean, you can disregard the prequels, you can disregard the side ones and new ones, and just watch the original trilogy. If that's what you prefer.
I think they have tarnished any new Star Wars.
Yeah. Anything going forward, telling the story,
yeah.
There's nothing substantial there. You're not invested in anything.
It's at the point, like I told him, to me, the only way they're going to... And I don't see them doing it because, like you said, they want to get their money back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. They'd have to put everything Star Wars back burner, even if they even just started developing it and just letting it take sweet time to develop and just cut Star Wars and then just restart Episode 7, restart.
Why?
But
it's already it's already in the analogs.
At this point,
I don't see how they could, though. It would have to take so long of a gap.
What I would want is, like, Episode 9 comes out, and the First Order, like, within, like, halfway through the movie, just completely obliterates the Resistance. Like Rey's dead, Leia's dead, Poe, Finn, BB-8 is dismantled. Like, literally everything about resisting the First Order, gone. Nothing left. And then you kind of, like, just watch the rest of the movie, like, the First Order just, like, destroying everything and taking over the galaxy and becoming the new empire, and that's how you end it. And then in, say, like, 10 years, you know, you come out with a whole new Star Wars thing that takes place, like, hundreds of years in the future, and just completely reboot from, like, someone finding a lost Jedi temple or whatever and slowly learning the mythos of it.
Well, I mean,
and then them being pulled between the good and light.
My thing is two things. Like, one, Disney bought Lucasfilm. They didn't just buy Star Wars. They bought all the property of Lucasfilm, which included Star Wars and Indiana Jones and everything else that might have been in that vault. They don't have to make Star Wars movies. They can make any movie they want and put the Lucasfilm banner on it.
Well, here's the thing, too. They can also just re-release the original trilogy over and over and over again.
That's so they can do that, too.
With,
what they should have done, especially with The Force Awakens, is this story should have taken place so far after everything that it was a new story in itself. Like, there is no empire. There's just peace in the galaxy, and a new evil is springing up and trying to take over the galaxy.
What was that? You would probably know more about it than I would. There was a story in, like, the Star Wars Extended Universe where it was, like, these, like, aliens from, like, the far, far reaches of space.
That was in Legends. And that was part of the Legends. That was part of the...
Where, like, they were invading in, and the Jedi and the Sith, like, had to team up to fight these things, so they were, like, immune to the Force or whatever.
That was part of the Legends series is what takes place after... was supposed to take place after Jedi, and a lot of it was based on... Because George didn't have anything to do with any of the book novels, but he did approve of all of them, and he did give them his notes and what he wanted to, like, if he was to do another movie, what he thought might happen. And based on that, that's what these other authors and writers expanded on.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that Disney completely threw out. And that's kind of why the fan base was mad to begin with, was because there's a lot of good stories in there that, they didn't have to make movies directly based on that stuff, but just elements of that stuff.
Like, just the thought of that, of having, like, the Sith and the Jedi having to team up to essentially, like, survive.
Luke marries a woman named Mara Jade.
Yeah, and then they have, like, the most powerful freaking Force kids ever.
No, they in the novels, they only ever had, like, one kid before it was all over, said and done. And they named their son Ben Skywalker, which made more sense because Luke had a more connection with Obi-Wan than Leia or Solo did.
Yeah.
So I don't know why Ben Solo exists anyway.
As a nod.
Yeah.
Like, hey, wink,
but it's
nudge,
a stupid
nudge.
It's a stupid nod when you think about it.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
That's what they should fire JJ. He's not really cut out for...
He didn't do the second one, though.
No, but he's doing the next one, and I don't like what he did with The Force Awakens to begin with either. Hell, I don't even like what he did with Star Trek in the long run. I don't think...
As you said, he's going to keep his job because he's a yes man. Studios say, I want this. He's yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's how you make money.
Well,
he likes making money.
It's no different than Michael Bay. We all sit here and wonder how that hack has anything.
I don't.
I don't either, yeah.
I totally get it.
People probably...
He found his audience, and he caters to that audience, man.
I don't know if he... I think what Byrne's trying to say is, like, there's, like, studio mandates and stuff like that. Like, there's an artistic integrity when it comes to, like, a director who has full range freedom, like James Cameron, for example, who, like, this is what's happening on my shoot and ignores the studio. And then there's the ones that, like, read all the mandates. The studio comes in and goes, oh, we don't like this. This is not good for the demographic. You have to have a female protagonist. You have to have, like, a African-American in there. You have to appeal to the SJW crowd, do all these things. And they're like, yes. And the art of the film goes out the window.
Because Transformers was artful.
No, I'm not saying it was, but there was, like...
Where would I be without Bad Boys 2?
We need Budweiser advertisements in there because they paid us a lot of money. We need
Let's just have Adam Sandler do all the movies then.
I mean, that's just...
He's a yes man, too, as well. Yeah.
That's just how bad, to me, some of that stuff is getting, and it...
Yeah.
And then they wonder why, in Deadpool 2, as much as I love Deadpool, I just feel that's going to suck so bad.
There's rumors that it did.
Yeah.
I don't know, test audiences.
Because, again, it did so well, and then they couldn't just... Something I still can't comprehend. It did well. If it did well, why are you fucking with it? Why can't you just leave it alone and... They know what they're doing. They're going to make us money. Leave them alone.
They have to make sure...
Because it made money. That's why they're fucking with it.
Have to make sure
if they look at something like, oh, I ain't going to do something, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a blip on the radar.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that blip turns into a bomb, they're like, you know what?
They got to get in there.
Yeah, we should hitch our wagon to that thing and just milk it till it's dry.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
somebody might go and buy the hat.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, they already did it. They already show you they know how to do it.
It doesn't matter to them.
Why would you...
Because they got to make sure it makes money.
Yeah, it's about profits, man. Yeah. It's not about your entertainment.
But you know that they're going to make profits. They already know what they're doing. Why do you got to fuck with them?
Because they want to make more money. Yeah, they would rather make an extra $1 million off the movie and have it suck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, guaranteed. And instead of taking a risk of, making only, like...
Mm-hmm. Even if that risk does end up paying out for them, they ain't going to take that risk.
Yeah.
It's already to me, I don't get how it's a risk.
It was a fluke.
And they gave him a shit budget. But they gave him a shit budget.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, a movie like that, like, what's the Hot Fuzz movie? Like, they had a $12 million budget for that movie. And that movie is amazing.
Yeah.
Just awesome.
Because it's not your budget that makes your movie. It's what you do with it.
Yeah. Like, I think the same year that came out, there was another, like, what was the movie? I'm drawing a blank, but it had, like...
It was another movie.
Yeah, but it had, like, twice the budget.
Mm-hmm.
Sucked ass.
Yeah. It's probably fucking Die Hard or something.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
Like a Good Day to Die Hard.
Yeah, I think it might have... I'm thinking of, like, the time frame, and I'm like, it might have been. It might have been Die Hard 4.
It might have been, actually, I'm thinking about it, but I had to look it up.
Yeah.
Like, it's not...
Something like that, basically.
Yeah.
I just don't... I guess I don't comprehend...
You never will.
The fact... this director already knows what he's doing. This producer has already got... They already have the map to make it right.
They don't care.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Why would you keep fucking...
Because
they already proved themselves.
Doesn't matter.
It has to make sure they make money.
Doesn't matter.
That doesn't make sense to me.
It won't.
No. It doesn't make sense to anybody else.
It doesn't make sense why accountants and, like, upper management to, like, Hollywood style stuff is meddling in an art project to begin with when they didn't even go to school for any kind of art or directing.
Yeah.
They just went to...
It's like that story you told me about your job where you had the hi-hats come down and try and do your job for a day.
Yeah.
we're not gonna get into that because it's a long story and he gets real angry about it. But
it's the
exact same principle, man.
Yeah.
It boggles my mind when it's being done right, and it made them a shit ton of money.
Yes.
Yes, we are agreeing with you.
Keep saying the same thing over again.
Would you?
We don't have the answer.
Go and mess with that when it's already guaranteed. To me, it's already guaranteed it's going to make you money.
But
this is what it looks like when Brent is confused and angry and he wants an answer.
And we don't have one.
He wants Michael Bay to bust in the door and explain it to him.
Just like
and not in like Brent, where Brent will get mad and punch Michael Bay in the face. Where Brent will just go, "Oh."
Michael Bay, I wouldn't want no. I just knock him out.
Why?
I hate that guy.
He's just
so
has
much.
to make money, man.
Yeah, he's not even a bad dude.
If you don't want to,
he is a dick.
If you don't want to support him,
I'm an asshole. There's a big difference.
You're right. You get fucked by dicks.
It's very simple. It's very simple. You don't attack them with fists or like trolling. Yeah, you don't attack them online. You attack them with your wallet. Yeah. You just don't buy their merchandise.
Don't go to the
when
show.
When they don't have the money, they go, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. and people are gonna say, "Oh, what? You're $5. That's a drop in the ocean." But if you're not the only one not going to see it,
yeah, you protest.
Yeah, like there's that thing where like it's supposed to like drop gas, but like there's a certain day where like you're not supposed to go to the gas station.
If everybody did that, yeah, that would work.
It sends a message, you know. So like. But that's not going to happen, because you're going to have the average, everyday people.
Who don't care.
Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
That seems fun. You know, like, I went and saw Deadpool. There was, like, 5-year-olds in the front row. And I'm like, okay, they said don't bring kids to this thing. But they're like, oh, it's a comic book movie.
It's funny when, like, a country has a message, like when China dropped The Last Jedi, pulled it from theaters. Like 2 weeks into their run.
Yeah.
That sends a big message.
That's a lot of their demographic.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of movies make a lot of money out of China.
You gotta understand, too, like, Hollywood doesn't make movies for the U.S. anymore. They make it for China. Mm-hmm. That's why you see a lot of Asian people in movies in, like, weird roles, and you're like, why the fuck is there a Chinese guy in here? It's because he's popular in China. Like, Pirates of the Caribbean 3. Like, why was there a whole Chinese scene in that movie?
With Chow Yun-Fat?
Yeah, with Chow Yun-Fat, because Chow Yun-Fat is very popular in China, and that whole China thing is just a nod to them. Because they want people in China. If everybody in China goes sees it, they make a lot of fucking money.
No crap, that place is overpopulated and ridiculous.
Yeah, like, even, like, fucking Wolverine Origins. There was that one dude who was Chinese too. It was like, you can see it all over the place. I can show you like lots of little examples where they sneak in a Chinese person like, hey guys.
Zero?
Yeah, no. Zero. Yeah. Because like when they put the movie out over there, sometimes those guys are the only ones on the poster. That's how they market it. Yeah, it's really scummy, but that's...
This got into some weird tirade.
So when Star Wars...
I don't feel clean now.
Oh, goody. So let's talk about the other thing.
Oh, boy. This is
great. Here we go.
So
they say, I angry. Now you're going to hear Jason be angry.
It's okay. It's okay. He's drinking now. So this thing came up on Twitter like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Tell me what you know.
Involving Channel Awesome and all these creators that had been associated with it. How many was it? Like 40 or 30, 40 some odd of them?
I don't even know what Awesome is.
They had like a 70-page document that they'd put up on Twitter because apparently a day had come up and they were just kind of sharing bad beat stories essentially of like their crappy times with Channel Awesome, and they eventually just put this giant thing together, giant packet that detailed every grievance they've ever had with Channel Awesome, and the thing's freaking huge. Okay. It's like massive allegations against like the CEO, Doug and Rob Walker, with like it's messed up.
All right, let me now fill Tad and very good Tad.
Yeah, I think you got a good job.
Very, very good. Well, there's a lot of details there you didn't miss.
Oh, yeah, mine was very vague, because I'm assuming you have every excruciating detail.
I actually do.
Who'd have thunk that one?
So strap in, Ted, because this is going to hurt you.
The floor is yours.
This is going to hurt you.
Why is it going to hurt me?
We'll get there. Because of a when I was looking stuff up for research and stuff, because I probably figured we'd probably be talking about it, I noticed that you actually made a Facebook post a long time ago in regards to something like this that we're going to be talking about. Oh, yeah. So,
I am intrigued.
Partially what Tad said was correct. A lot of the former creators and some of the ones that were still working for Channel Awesome all jumped ship at the same time.
Yeah, mass exodus.
Yeah, mass exodus. They were all talking. There was a thing called like Down the Rabbit Hole. It was like a 8-page thing on YouTube. I think it was Metacritic. Did like a little episode where he dug up a lot of like dirt on Channel Awesome and whatnot, and he exposed a lot of the producers for like really kind of petty things when it comes down to it, just kind of interesting things that they don't like to talk about, but it doesn't really matter in the long run. And then he got to Doug and stuff, and he was talk about it, and I guess this just started a conversation, and there was a Google document, not a tweet. There's a Google document called Change the Channel, hashtag Change the Channel. It's a ongoing document. Right now it's like 80 pages long. It's all from former producers, some people who were close to the situation, and it just details their grievances, their experiences working for the channel. For people who don't know, like Brent, Channel Awesome was formerly that guy with the glasses. Back in the day when YouTube first started up, it was really hard to get monetized.
Yeah, you had to like have certain number of subscribers and views consistently to become a partner, whereas now it's just like, hey, I have a channel, put money on me.
Now there's another stipulation too, because you have to have like 300 subscribers and 600 hours worth of views. But back then, there was also copyright infringements too. So if people wanted to do things like movie reviews or video game reviews and stuff like that, it was really hard for them to even get any kind of like recognition on YouTube. So Blip was another option, but Blip was such a poor website, I guess you could say. Like, it was hard to find anything. Like, they didn't really like recommend or anything like that. But they didn't care about copyright, even though that's kind of what doomed it in the end. And but it was really easy to get monetized on there. That guy with the glasses was set up as kind of like
central hub.
A central hub where you could, if you got on to that guy with the glasses, they would promote you and put your name up and stuff like that. Everybody at this point who's like doing YouTube, I think even probably us, can say that like Doug Walker, even the Angry Video Game Nerd for the better part of it, they're pretty much the grandfathers of like making internet content for the most part. I mean, you could probably put Philip DeFranco on that list as well.
Yeah.
But it was just inspiring that somebody, like average Joe, could do it, you know, for a living even. Blip fell, and when they were doing the transition back over to YouTube, because now YouTube has changed their policies and whatnot, and it was you could put reviews on there. A lot of people are even doing reviews. They rebranded as Channel Awesome, and then Doug Walker, who had the Nostalgia Critic, quit, and then he came back. Blah 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 blah. So the Change the Channel document, and if you want to read it, you can just go to hashtag Change the Channel on probably Google, and you can find the whole document. And then there's even like, at this point, there's like 1,000.
Yeah, well, like they had a link to it on Twitter. That's how most of them were finding it.
Hell, I might even put a link to it on this podcast too, if you're really interested in checking it out. But as I say, there's like not hundreds. There's a lot of videos right now of just people reading the document on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So if you want to go that route, you can go that route. A lot of it's very interesting. And it basically, just to summarize, because I'm not going to get into everybody's thing, they were fucked over as producers. Doug, Mike Michaud, and Rob Walker fucked these people over pretty bad. And Doug Walker is that guy when we went to NebraskaCon, me and Tad met him. I think you even walked in one of the things. That's the guy we're talking about.
I tried.
Me and Tad have the pleasure of actually talking about somebody we've met.
Yay.
So, the producers, all they really wanted in this whole document was to just point out that they fucked us over. That's why we quit. They're not the people they claim to be. And all they really wanted was an apology. Channel Awesome's first response was, blah, blah, blah. If you had any problems with the way we treated you, we regret that you felt that way.
Well, I didn't even hear about that. When did that happen?
This dumpster fire started about a week or two ago.
When
like literally
sent out their thing?
No, this whole thing.
Well, no, I knew about that.
Yeah, the response was probably 2 days after that. So we're probably talking about April 3rd, April 4th when their first response came out.
I'll be honest, I'd heard of the change of channel thing, but I hadn't really been following that much. It just kind of kept popping up in my recommended things on YouTube.
It's bad.
And it's like I want to watch Obscurus Lupa's video and one or two people talk about the document, but I've never actually I haven't read the document. I haven't really been following it because I'm just kind of this seems like a lot to take in.
It gets worse.
Oh, great.
So
I wait to see how I tie into this, by the way.
Not in a good way.
Oh, goody.
So that response was a slap in the face to everybody. Everybody gets super pissed now. And now they're losing subscribers left and right. Channel Awesome, other than that response, has not said a damn word, hasn't posted a video at all. They won't respond. Nothing.
Okay.
A few days later, and they come out with their second response. And this one's a little bit more detailed. And it's really bad. Their response is I noticed this has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. When I'm recording, sometimes I just forget to breathe, and I don't know why I'm doing that. I've noticed that in other videos too. For some reason, at some point I was oh God, taking deep breaths. I don't know why, if I'm just talking and not breathing while I'm talking, but so their second response to this whole thing is this whole rebuttal. Now, remind you, the document is very detailed, and it sort of talks about dates and facts, and it's 80 pages, so it's really long. Channel Awesome's second response is 1 page, and they try doing this fact, allegation, fact, this is their allegation, this is our fact. And sometimes their facts are just nope, didn't happen, fact. And it's okay. That's not really, how's that a fact? Just because you say it's a fact? In the document, it speaks about a Jane Doe who was sexually assaulted and raped, and she was also being groomed by one of the producers. No one knows who the fuck this is at this point. This is a very serious allegation. But the Jane Doe wants to remain anonymous because she doesn't want her attacker known, and she doesn't want to be known herself because she's scared of the backlash. Because internet people are assholes, and they would probably come after her and attack her, and that's not cool. If you feel that way, don't do shit like that, please. That's not really cool at all. Oh my God. When Channel Awesome did their second response, they touch on the fact that this happened. But they say that they want to respect the Jane Doe too, that she wants to remain anonymous, and they're not going to say who the producer was either. But they say, we took care of it. We fired him on this date. So they give the date that the person was fired. And they did a poor job of cropping out the name. So it was almost a matter of hours before everybody figured out who the hell it was. And allegedly, it was Justin Carmichael, who was grooming his young fans, and one rape we know for sure, and then sexual assault. And there's more than one person. And this has been even a bigger blow, because there was even producers who didn't know who that was. And how you fit into it, Ted, is because I noticed when I was looking up his name, you had gave him an RIP.
Oh, when he killed himself.
When he killed himself. Yeah, Justin Carmichael, 3 years ago.
Jurario.
Shot himself in a suicide. I liked him a lot. I thought his content was really good. And up until that moment, I didn't even know either. I had no inclination that he had done that. And, you know, how your opinion of somebody can change in a minute. Like, fuck that guy.
Wow.
When Doug did his little Justin shot himself thing, he knew. Rob knew. Mike Michaud knew. They did not go to the authorities with this information. They did not tell anybody about this information. I feel, in my opinion, they're guilty by association. They did nothing other than to try to cover it up, to save their own name, because if this had gotten out, it would have been former member Justin Carmichael of Channel Awesome, and they didn't want that in the news. So that happened. And as of right now, as a few days ago, Doug has changed his Facebook status from producer Channel Awesome to worked at Channel Awesome. So it's very apparent that there's a rumor going around that Doug and Rob have silently quit Channel Awesome. And that's kind of where we're at now with the whole thing. And all I know, really. And there might be a little bit more I know about it, but off the top of my head. So the thing I wanted to say to Tad and Brent both is, if anything happens with our little company, if I do anything that pisses you guys off in any kind of way, please bring it up to me and everybody. Like, I don't want this kind of bullshit to happen here. And I'm going to make a promise to the fans, too, that there's not going to be any closed doors to you guys of what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, there might be, like, our private lives, but granted, if, like, criminal stuff starts coming up, yes, we will address you. We will tell you what the deal is, what's going on. And I don't want to make Tad or Brent mad at me for any reason or whatsoever. You know, this is, like, just a wake-up call. Like, this is how not to run a business. Like,
yeah.
But, I don't know. I guess for us, I don't see that. I don't care.
I don't see that
any
either.
one of us could have. We could all be, you know, ridiculous amount of money and great power positions.
I don't see it happening either. I'm just making the statement
Any one of
so
us,
it's out there.
Even if it was somebody under anyone. Even if it was just an allegation, say I was running, like, the accounting department, we had a big company, and you come to me, hey, I hear this allegation, this has happened to this girl. It ain't, none of us would be like, oh, no, that don't happen. It'd be, we're going to check this out.
Well, no, the same thing happened on
it's not even
with
sexual.
Screen Junkies, though, too. Do you remember when that happened?
Yeah, that's been brought up a lot now, too, yeah.
Yeah. Like, they tried covering that up for a few years, and then it finally just got too much.
It doesn't even have to be sexual allegations. I'm just saying, like, if I do anything
general,
to piss you guys off in any kind of way, I want you guys to tell me and tell it.
You usually know when you piss me off, though. I'm not really good at hiding my emotions.
I'm not saying in a joking manner,
but three of us, though, none of us are. I think that's why we all three get along. If we get upset about something or don't like something, we're pretty much straight up, hey, that's stupid, or hey, I don't fucking like that. What the fuck's your problem?
No, you don't understand.
Oh, F-bombs there, Brent.
I am just making a public fact at this point. That's all I'm basically doing. I know how you guys feel. I'm just basically
reassuring everyone else.
And
this is the open door thing.
This is not going to happen like it happened over there, and I've been really shocked by all of this.
Yeah, I didn't know about the Justin thing.
No, I didn't think you did, because you didn't really bring it up at all. Like, I would imagine.
Like I said, I haven't been paying attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and
I know you haven't, because when you said something, you knew something about it, and the first thing you didn't say was, "Fuck that Justin dude."
Yeah, that probably would have been any of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
It's shocking. I really like Justin. I was really sad when he died. It shocked me when he died. And
I mean, it
allegedly,
explains a lot more around his death. I mean,
allegedly, when contacting his wife, and by the way, if anybody's listening to this, don't harass these people. They've already gone through enough. They don't need your comment or your message or anything like that. Just let them deal with this on their own. But allegedly, Justin Carmichael's widow has stated, allegedly, due to what was said to her in Justin's last moments, she believes the claim of the Jane Does.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm emotionally spent.
That's just I mean, I guess you never know. I mean,
well, I mean, there are some positives that came from that. And I guess you could still say there's some positives if you want to look at the positives. The one positive is like suicide awareness got highly brought up a lot, and there was a lot of like real good like push towards people, like if you feel depressed and whatnot, to contact certain channels and whatnot. That's a good thing. And I think that even with like the grooming thing, that now that can be a thing that can be addressed as a thing to look out for, you know, like if you want to take away any positive from it.
I guess that's something I still don't comprehend. There is no job, no anything in this world to me that anybody should put up with somebody doing that or pushing that, or should make you be. If anybody's doing that stuff to you, don't be quiet about it.
Yeah, that's very true.
I mean, that's the scummiest and worst thing you can do to me in life. And if they're being that way,
there's being your friend, and then there's being like, if you're questioning your friend's actions, either bring it up to that friend or bring it up to somebody else. Don't think that that's normal, everyday stuff. Because there's being a fan of somebody, and then there's like being really, really good friends with them. There's a difference. And I think anybody can kind of tell when it kind of crosses a line. And Tad is like, he looks like so drained right now. It's like, what's on your mind, Tad? Anger? Sadness?
Yeah.
I already went through it, so
Yeah.
I had time. This happened like a day or two ago. I had time to kind of come to where I'm at right now. I'm still kind of like, what? I'm going to have to talk about this on the podcast. Oh, motherfucker. I mean, I guess I could say, like, I used to be mad at Justin for, like, killing himself. I was like, guy had everything going for him. He had a loving wife. He had an internet show. I think he had some money problems, but, I mean, hell, I got money problems, and I'm still doing the show I enjoy doing, you know. I don't, you know, you work around it, and I just didn't understand why he did it. And now I kind of get an idea of why he did it.
His world, I think part of it probably was, if he wouldn't have, his world was starting to probably
Rumble.
betting. It was, you know, all that was starting to.
I don't know, man. Because the Jane Does never came forward even back then. I think they said something, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but how long would that? I think he probably even felt like his wife was starting to.
That's all. We're in speculation town
Yeah.
right now. So
But-
I mean, I don't want to really
It's not going to do us any good to actually talk about that. reality.
speculate on how people
Right.
felt on it. Yeah, that's
What happened. It fucking sucks.
yeah.
It
I would
is.
just if even if the girls are listening to this, I come forward on your own time. If you come forward at all, know that you got a strong community who is willing to support you and protect you from trolls that you probably are fearing right now. And even if you never do, just know that we all got your back on this, because that was not cool, and it should never have happened to you. And Tad is just out of this podcast. So what's up, Ryan? How are you feeling right now?
I don't know.
This is the channel's pretty much over. Like, everybody's got the rumor now that Channel Awesome is pretty much dead. Like,
that's the fast way to kill anything.
They haven't even made a video response to any of this.
No, I think the last thing they put out was
Jack and Jill thing,
which, pretty poetic on how it goes out, I guess.
Out of all their producers they have right now, I think Brad Jones and Guru Larry is the only ones left on their website channel. And Guru Larry, who doesn't know who Guru Larry is? I actually followed him before. I didn't even know he was a Channel Awesome producer. Said he kind of quit months ago in silent protest, not over the Channel Awesome thing, just because he felt he was so buried in the channel that he hasn't uploaded anything to them, and they haven't taken him off their channel yet. So technically he's not a member of them, in his eyes, he says. But he's just riding this wave with all these really funny memes that he keeps putting out, like King Larry, I'm the king of the channel now. And now even that Doug is maybe quit, he's like, now, oh my God, do I own Channel Awesome? Should I rebrand it? It's really funny. Have I won?
So what happened with Malcolm and Tamara?
Well, they've said they're part of their Chicago crew, and the Tamara and Tamara have said they've never experienced anything like this, but at the same time, being a producer on Channel Awesome's website meant you weren't paid. They were actors who were hired by Channel Awesome to be actors in their videos, so they're a little different circumstances. They can't legally treat them this way. Tamara's been bitching about it on Facebook, saying none of this is true, just read the document. I've read the document, and it doesn't really help them. I don't know what she's getting at there. Malcolm stated the same thing. He's never had any problems or grievances. He says, I think Doug and Rob are really nice people, and they've always treated me really well, which is cool if that's the case. That's awesome that they didn't have to experience any of this stuff. But that doesn't necessarily mean it didn't happen. And I think there's enough evidence to the contrary that I don't think any of these guys, they don't have anything to gain or from lying about their experiences, or even muddying the water to make it seem worse than it was. I can pretty much believe that what they're saying is true for the most part. Oh yeah, so Malcolm and Tal, if the channel dies, their actors will just have to get new gigs, I guess. They're both really talented too. I never thought Malcolm and Tamara was a bad actor by any means, stretch of the imagination. I'm pretty sure that they can bounce back from this. Tamara's making it a little worse for herself because she's being a little trolly about it, but she's also being attacked by people too. You should quit that stupid job. You're stupid. Blah 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 blah. Which is not cool. You don't attack these people. They don't deserve that either.
If they had nothing to do with it, why would you attack them?
Because they're associated.
They're associated.
That still doesn't...
It doesn't matter. You're associated.
That's how the internet works.
Yeah. You're associated with something bad, therefore you are now a part of it. I
think that's trash.
When I told you...
It is.
It is. When I told you when you first started when you said you wanted to do more stuff, Brent, I said that we might get troll attacks and stuff like that. And I was like, don't even respond to it. Don't acknowledge it. Just go laugh it off, And that's what this is.
Those responses, I always told you from the start. That's you and Tad saying if you want to respond or deal with that, I'm not even.
But that's what it is. That's what it is. You just ignore it.
If there's a question towards me or
when you feed the troll, you give the troll more power. And Tamara's been feeding it. Malcolm's been kind of quiet.
I'll answer questions towards me freely.
Wow.
But no, I mean they might attack you that way. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's just how they get more personal information out of you. And then, lo and behold, it was a Brent Ott.
Hey Brent, I heard this such and such thing about you, and you're like, hey, fuck you, that's private, blah blah blah. Then that's feeding them. And that's the kind of stuff I'm just saying.
But that's not stuff you answer or even bother.
See, one person goes, I heard this about Brent, and the next person's like, I think Brent's a good guy. And then you respond to the person that says, Brent's a good guy, and you go, thank you. That's how you don't feed the troll. That's how,
I mean...
Yeah, the moment I heard all of this was happening, which was a really funny thing because, like, I was already debating on, like, unsubscribing to Channel Awesome because I was getting sick of their reviews.
Yeah.
The Nostalgia Critics reviews. Because they were all, like, skits and formulaic, yeah. And it was like, he was always, like, backpedaling. Like, it's not that bad, guys. Look at some of the positives. And I was like, God damn it, dude. I just want your honest opinion. Like, did it suck or did it not? Like, I don't need this, like, back and forth bullshit. So I was already, like, on the fence of, like, am I even watching this anymore? Like, I should unsubscribe. And the moment I heard, like, Lupa say the Twitter stuff when it first started, it wasn't even the document came out. I was like, that's it. I'm fucking done. Like, they're going to be assholes and fuck over their people like this. I'm done. I'm out. So I unsubscribed, and then the whole dumpster fire, like, propelled. I was like, holy shit. I think that's the best response you can have from all this is just like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And
me and Tad bet Doug
subscribed to him and didn't even watch him, so...
Tad gave him, like, this really high handshake thing, and they did this little goofy thing together.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird.
We want to talk about meeting Doug?
Nope.
Nope. Tad's like, I hate you right now.
No, I don't hate him.
I'm not happy with him. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, like, you kind of expect more.
Like, I expected him to be honest with us.
Yeah, like, just
I felt like
in general as a person.
Yeah.
You know, like, how would you let something like that happen?
Well, that's how his character, his Nostalgia Critic character came off, and, like, now I'm even mad. If I'm mad at him about anything, it's the hypocritical, like, charity thing at the end of every one of his videos. It's like, how fucking dare you? How dare you make, like, this, like, charity thing to make you seem like you're more moral than you actually are? Like, I'm disappointed in, like, that's more or less what it is. I'm just...
That stuff, I guess, just doesn't surprise me.
I expected him to be more honest with the fans, and he wasn't. I don't think Tad wants to talk about this anymore.
No, I just got nothing to add.
I
don't have anything to really add. What's said has been said. I can't really...
So we're going to wrap up the podcast with anything positive, if we can.
I'm looking forward.
Wow, Brent's got it.
We're all going to Avengers.
If you guys go, and I'll go, I guess. I don't want to feed Disney anymore because of the whole Star Wars thing, but, I mean,
But you're also feeding Marvel. It's a little bit different.
It's a little different, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm also not very happy with Thor either, but...
Yeah. and what you do really is, like, and the money shows up in one place, but not another place in Disney, it kind of, like, might sway their interest.
Yeah, that's true, too.
So it's not going to Star Wars, but, you know, hey...
I can tell you one thing.
Infinity Wars and Ant-Man 2 got a lot of money.
It's true. I'm not really looking forward to Infinity War. I'm not even looking forward to Deadpool. I am fucking super hyped for Incredibles 2.
Oh, my God. That comes out...
In May?
In June.
Is it June?
In June.
Okay, I thought it was sooner than that.
Like, right around my daughter's birthday.
Oh, I'm super hyped.
And so, like, that's what we're doing for her birthday.
Oh,
we're going to go see Incredibles 2 and kill it.
Dude, I love fucking Incredibles, dude.
See, you guys are big Incredible. I feel bad. You guys all watched that, and they're...
What?
I don't even think I watched that until just, oh, you got to watch that. Here's the DVD. You have to watch this.
So good, dude.
I went to the theater and saw that thing.
I did too.
And that sequel looks really fucking good.
It does.
I'm like, you know, this was actually pretty good. It wasn't bad.
Probably one of the best Pixar movies, if not the best Pixar movie. Like, people will be like, nah, Toy Story. Fuck Toy Story. Incredibles all the way.
I will say I like Incredibles over Toy Story. I know I'm probably in the minority there. I hate Toy Story. It was my least favorite.
I don't
Disney
hate
movie.
Toy Story. I just don't. It was good for the time, but it's not the best work they've ever done.
I didn't like Toy Story. I didn't like it when it first came out.
Well, it was originally, like, did you hear that Woody was supposed to be, like, super evil?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Like, he was a dictator. He was Lotso.
Yeah.
Toy Story
well, do you
3.
think that's where they got Toy Story 3 script? They just kind of rehashed some of them. Yeah.
Some crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
I'm sorry, Todd. I didn't mean to bum you out.
No, I was going to probably hear about this stuff anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I know that. Yeah.
It just, I'm really looking forward to a lot of the movies. I really liked Black Panther. I thought that was a really good
haven't
movie.
Seen it yet.
Like I said, I'm looking forward to Incredibles 2 and April 24th, my DVD of, well, maybe not April 24th on the dot, but it should be like around that week. My Kobayashi's Dragon Maid will be here, and I'll probably stick that in and watch marathon that for like 2 days. I don't know why it is. I keep watching that stupid anime, and I don't know why, but I love it so much.
See, there's only like 3 movies I'm actually excited to see this year, and that's Incredibles 2, Infinity Wars, and then Fantastic Beasts #2 in November. Like
I hear a lot of. I'm not. I didn't even go to theaters to see the first one.
I did twice.
I think I finally seen it on Netflix.
It's not on Netflix.
I didn't see it either.
Netflix or Hulu or something like that. I
generally
forget where I seen it, but I watched it, and it was okay. I liked it.
I generally like Harry Potter, and I just didn't. I don't know what it was the first one.
It was different, is what it was. Like it wasn't like, oh, it's just different. You didn't get it. It was different in the sense of like, it wasn't really that like wonder. Like as a kid, you know, and even like as an adult watching the Harry Potter, you're still watching it through the lens of a kid. This is the adult Wizarding World where everything like magic, it's just kind of mundane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just, oh, well, this happened again. Way to go there, Gringotts.
No, I think for me it was more or less like.
Yeah, Newt's
I had already got really hyped into Harry Potter that some of that story about Newt and writing the Beast and Where to Find them. I already knew some of that story, you know. So I knew some of the story about Grindelwald. Yeah. So when I saw the trailer for it, I was like, oh, I kind of already know all this. I guess it's kind of like My Hobbit a little bit. Like when it comes to that, like it's like okay, like I know what happens. Like
I understand, because like.
Retelling that story?
Well, no. I was going to say, I understand the negativities from it, like where people might not like it. A lot of the characters in it are kind of bland. Like Newt Scamander, like he's kind of bland, but his character is supposed to be that way.
His brother's more interesting than him, though, isn't he?
He's super like antisocial.
Yeah.
It's like the only way you actually see him like express himself is when he's with the beasts.
Yeah.
You know, it's because like that's where he likes to be. He feels comfortable.
And that was the only character in the whole thing I liked. So
was Newt? Well, that's because you could relate.
I like him.
I liked Jacob, the muggle they had with him. That dude was hilarious.
Oh, he was a riot. I liked him.
Like, by far, between him and the Niffler, I don't know who was the best part. That little mannequin thing he was doing in the window? Ah, dude, died. I died.
It was like a little mole, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was, what was the thing from Futurama that, like, pooped dark matter?
Nibbler?
Yeah. That's what it reminded me of.
How did it remind you? He looks like a mole, though.
Yeah, kind of like a platypus mole.
Yeah, like a platypus mole, yeah.
That
thing was awesome. That was, like I said, I thought the movie was okay. I will say I did get my eyes opened up to, I should say, the Harry Potter world. I didn't realize, like, the in-depth and, like, cry out and fandom that whole series had.
Oh, yeah.
I did not even come close to comprehending.
I guess, okay, we'll wrap it up now. The last thing I'll ask you guys, any cosplay you're curious about doing?
Nope.
I'm
going to go as a man who needs a drink.
I remember that movie.
I'm with that one.
All right, that's a good place to wrap it up. Thanks for listening, guys. Stay tuned for the next podcast, and maybe Ty will be on the next gaming episode. So.
And this next one will be more positive.
Woo! I thought we did good. I thought we made it positive.